Hey, what's up everybody? Today, a special show for you guys, alright? So, I got together with another Cowboys YouTuber here, Cowboys Nation TV, Footsdaking over there. I like a lot of work that he does there. I've been following him here, and you know, just like you guys, I like following other Cowboys YouTubers. So we got together here, and we're gonna do a weekly show here, and we're just gonna talk about Cowboys. You know, we'll take some time here to talk about various topics on the Cowboys and that kind of thing. So we're gonna call this show the Cowboys Huddle. And without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so here we go. All right, Foot. So let's get right into this, man. Let's get into these questions.
Let's do it.
And let's talk about these Cowboys and what we're about to do to the NFL, man. All right, man. So I think so. Let's talk about this. Who do you think needs to step up, or you know, they might get cut? Like, who do you think needs to step it up here this coming season?
You know, and first off, what's up, Joey? What's up, Joe Rod? To me, a guy who is a dark horse, as far as the step up, or as far as somebody who really needs to play their role, and that's Orlando Scandrick. You had two guys basically drafted at your position in Jordan Lewis and Cheetah Bay. And, you know, with Scandrick, you know, throughout the draft season, it was, you know, it came out that they were trying to trade him. And as much as the Jones family is going to act like, you know, maybe we weren't, or Orlando is still our guy, the fact is there may be some weight to that. So he's one guy who I believe may need to step up. Alfred Morris, maybe, you know, what's his training camp and offseason? What is that going to be like? And then another one for me is Chaz Green. I want to see, you know, what position will he be? Will he challenge Lyle Collins for the right tackle position? Will he kick in the guard? Where does he play? So those are kind of the three for me. But Orlando Scandrick, number one.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. I think for me, like, as far as like a guy, like, I think my number one guy is gonna be Tyron Crawford. You know.
Okay. Okay, that's a good one, Joe Rod.
I want to know where this guy's gonna play. And
yeah.
Is he gonna be effective? You know, like, I think I kind of ride him hard, man. But it's just like the production and the contract, they don't match. You know, for me
at all.
So
at all.
I gotta see some production here, man. Or, you know, I don't know if they'll cut him, but he's gotta be a bubble player. I mean, we added a lot of bodies here on the defensive line, so he's number one for me.
And you thinking about the Taco draft pick with David Irving, it may leave, you know, Tyrone as the odd man out. What is his position? Is it the 3? Will Malik Collins play the 3? Is it going to be, you know, at left end, right end? So I agree there. I agree. Joe Rod.
Yep.
What was your favorite? Who was your favorite draft pick? Like, what pick to you really stood out?
Man, it was really hard because this draft was very exciting. I think every pick we had, you know, was exciting. But I think the one for me is going to be Ryan Switzer. I think Ryan Switzer, I think the potential there to elevate this offense to a whole other level is there. And I think, you know, Scott Linehan, they want to do some different things here with Dak Prescott. You know, he's got different athleticism that Romo did. So they can do different things here with Prescott. You put these two guys out there, and Beasley and Switzer at the same time, or, you know, put them in a 3 wideout set or something, man. I mean, they're going to do some damage here, man. I'm excited about that pick, especially, you know, not only is he a punt return guy, but they're going to get some dividends here from the passing game, man. That was really exciting for me, especially there at the 4th round, getting a receiver. I think they did good there with that pick, so that's exciting for me.
I love the Switzer pick. I think Lucky Whitehead may be in trouble. I think a bunch of Cowboys fans who I've talked to kind of, you know, say Lucky is the odd man out. He may be one guy who needs to step up. For me, just short and simple, Xavier Woods. Ball production, intercepts the football, and that's what the Cowboys need. We haven't had a playmaker on defense really since DeMarcus Ware. And in the secondary, really since Darren Woodson. So as much as I know, 6th-round guy fell in the draft, not to get my hopes up. I like what I've seen on tape. His coverage ability, like you said, with Switzer can make plays. Well, I think Xavier Woods, he tackles well. Yes, he's only 5'10", but he can come down, he can hit you. And I just like what the Cowboys are doing with their defense, especially the secondary, just bringing speed, bringing the attitude. So Xavier Woods is my favorite pick.
That's a good one. That's a great one, actually. That it was between that and Woods and Switz for me. So that's a good one, man.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, man. All right, man. So, I mean, so we're talking about players here. What position group do you think is the strongest, like right now, and which one do you think is the weakest out of the whole team?
Short and sweet, it's still our offensive line. Even with us losing Ron Leary, you took 3 first-round picks on that offensive line the last 6 years, I believe. And even with the development of Chaz Green, you've seen some things. And then not to mention Lyle Collins, he was a first-round pick coming out of LSU. So to me, it's still our offensive line. It's still just the strength of this team. Wide receivers maybe second. And the weakness, that's tough because I would say D-line, but I like the bodies thrown at that position when you add Taco into the mix. Let's do this. Let's not say it's our weakest. Let's say it's our most inexperienced, and I'm going to go with our secondary. I think that's why the Cowboys are just going to throw so many so many bodies at the position and just let these guys go to war and let these guys, compete. Oh, yeah. That's what Jared likes, compete. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, that's a good one. The strongest position group, I would have to say, is you can't go without saying the offensive line. It's what's getting this team to where we're at. I mean, I think that's the foundation of this team. It's what Garrett wanted to do when he got hired on. They wanted to get this running game going. Tyron Smith, his first pick. They're all about it, man. I mean, it starts and ends with the offensive line. So I'm with you on that totally. And for the most, the most inexperienced part of the team, I would have to say it's got to be the secondary too. It really is. That's where we lost a lot of people, and that's where we drafted people, and everything looks good on paper. Now we got to see what these guys do on the field. So that's what I go with there, man. I agree with you 100% on both those.
I agree. So Joe, and now since we're talking about, that's a good segue. And you thinking about, like we just said, it's probably the most inexperienced, our DBs. So we're gonna have this competition in training camp, OTAs. Out of all these guys, Jeff Heath, Orlando Scandrick, Xavier Woods, Nolan Carroll, list goes on and on. Anthony Brown, he had a good first year. You thinking about Jordan Lewis, Cheetah Bay, Marquez White, all of these guys. Kayvon Frazier from last year.
Yeah.
Who to you is the odd man out? Does X Woods come in and take somebody's position? Who to you is it Orlando Scandrick? Which DB out of all of those guys is the odd man out come training camp? We're going to play the Giants. Who's not going to be on the field on the 46?
Yeah, it's a good one because last year I was looking at this actually just a little bit ago. We carried 5 cornerbacks last season and 5 safeties, right?
Yeah.
So I think obviously Jordan Lewis and Uwuzie, they'll be there.
Yeah.
And Scandrick, Carroll, and Brown, they're going to be there. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how the competition goes. I think if we're looking at it on paper, I would say Marquez White might be the odd man out. But we got to see, man. We got to see, how these guys do. We still don't know what the status is going to be on Jordan Lewis and the domestic violence allegation.
That's a great point, Joe. Great point.
Yeah, so you don't know. We really don't know how this thing can end up at the end of the day. But as it stands right now, I would say from the cornerbacks, I think it's going to be Marquez White there, and maybe Leon McFadden battling for the very last spot. If they go with 6, but if they go with 5 again, it'll probably be him out there. And for safety, I think Jamil Showers, I think that experiment is over.
Yeah.
Xavier Woods, he's going to fill that spot. And they like Heath. He's the special teams maven, so he's not going anywhere. Kayvon Frazier, they like his athleticism there, his potential. So I think it's Jamil Showers. I think he'll be the odd man out there for safeties. Maybe Robert Blanton. I'm not sure. I mean, they like his experience. You know, they signed him there right before the draft, but I think that might have been more of an insurance thing in case they didn't get their guy in the draft. But I don't know. What do you think, man?
I think, you know, you hit two good points with Jamil Showers there, of course. And, you know, I completely forgot about Blanton. See, and really, you took the words out of my mouth. I'm guessing this front office and this regime wants Xavier Woods to. I think they'll be fine saying, "Okay, Blanton, you're good. We're gonna go with the work." So, and the thing about the Cowboys, like I tell all Cowboys fans, if they draft you, they're gonna give you an opportunity to play. You have to be prepared. Well, Xavier Woods, 4.0 athlete. I think that makes a lot of sense. So I agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So now we got rookie minicamp coming up. You know, they talk about Jaylen Smith as far as what he's going to do or whatever, right? So supposedly he's not going to do much, if anything at all. So the question that I want to know, or let's talk about this, is what do you think we can expect from Jaylen Smith this season, ultimately?
Well, just off sheer determination alone, you know, where we took him last year, this was a guy where every doctor said he wouldn't play again. The second and third, the Joneses obviously knew something. Now the knee is starting to fire. I'm going to bet, and I could be in the minority here, the Cowboys have done such a good job with just allowing him and making sure that he rehabs the right way, not throwing him out there before he's not ready, this, that, and the third. And so the fact of the matter is, I think that just if you watch Jaylen Smith, you know he's a sideline player. He can guard tight ends. He can chase down running back. I mean, the list goes on and on. He literally was a top 3 prospect. Like, he was rated higher than Joey Bosa last year, and probably Ezekiel Elliott. So with that, Joe, Rod, I seriously think that Jaylen Smith is going to have a phenomenal year, barring health. I think that he's just a football player. You know, I think this could be one of those that just cements Jerry Jones and just this front office is a group that really hits something on the head. What about you, guys?
No, I mean, you said it right there with cementing, you know, the draft, and I think Jerry Jones' legacy. Will McClay, obviously, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him here, and once the bodies start slamming each other, if he gets out there in a training camp, you know, can his knee hold up? You know, we know that the knee is fully recovered, and we're just, you know, it's the nerve, you know, the drop foot and that kind of thing. But he's able to pick up his foot a little bit more, the toes and that kind of thing. So it's definitely regenerating. So I mean, it's very promising. So for me, my expectations for him this season are that I think they're going to bring him along slow the rest of the season. I think, you know, even in preseason, honestly, I think that they're going to keep letting him get his feet wet. And Hitchens will probably be the guy here for a little bit. And then they might sprinkle in some Jaylen here and there, maybe in nickel. Maybe throw him in there as a pass rush. He does have that. He was a freshman. I mean, that's what he did as a freshman at Notre Dame. He was a pass rusher specialist pretty much. So.
Yeah, that's amazing, right?
Yeah, so he has the speed to do it, and we know he's working on his speed. You know, looking at all his workout videos. So that's what I think ultimately Jaylen Smith's going to do here. I think they're going to bring him along slow the rest of the season. I don't think, for me anyway, I'm not sure if he'll be a day one starter, but they're gonna work him in for sure.
Yeah, and you know, just to think about how the Cowboys have drafted over these last 2 years, this last maybe 5 years, really been amazing. So, I mean, I think that kind of puts a bow on it. And let's see, you know. So I think he could really be something special. I really do.
Definitely, man. They could really hit a big home run here, grand slam, man. If they even get, man, 80% of him.
Right, you know.
Yeah.
Half of what they're supposed to get. So I'm with you there. I'm with you there, Joe Rock.
Yeah. All right, man.
I think that's good, man.
Yeah, I think that's good. Any other topics of discussion?
Nah, man. I think we'll pick up next week, Joe. Read some stuff, hear some things about minicamp and all, and we could touch back then, and I'm sure we'll have some things to hit, man. So,
oh yeah,
thanks for having me on, man. It means the world.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the channel. How can people get to you if you know, if they haven't already?
Hey, Cowboys Nation TV on YouTube, and then just Footsdaking everywhere else. Check out me, check out my music, and you know, shout out to what you're doing. And we're gonna try to do this once a week, Joe.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do this once a week for you guys. You know, give you guys our insight here. And we'll go from there. You know, we'll see if we can carry this on to the season and just have these discussions about our boys.
That's it.
And that's it, man.
That's it, man. Thank you, Joe Rod. You're the man. We'll post one. We'll do one from my channel, one from yours. So
there we go. All right. So that's it, everybody. We'll see you here for the next video.
Peace, Joe Rod.
All right. Peace. All right. So that's it, guys. That was our discussion there on everything Cowboys related. As you can tell, we had on a couple of topics here of discussion. Let me know what you guys think of the topics here that we touched on. Whether you agree or disagree, or you know, put in your 2 cents in what we talked about today. So again, a big shout out to Footsdaking over there at Cowboys Nation TV. You can reach him on Twitter at Footsdaking and on his channel. Okay, so we look forward to bringing you more content here. That's what we're all about here. You know, we know you guys like our content here, and also over there at Cowboys Nation TV. So thanks everybody, and we hope you enjoy these. We'll do these every week, like I said, and we'll see you here for the next video. Thanks everybody.